Everyone, welcome back to the channel. We've got a special video for you today. Today we're going to talk about the California Senate Bill 478. Pretty exciting stuff, I know. Hold on. Before you hit that back button, hear me out. You're going to probably know this more commonly as the honest pricing law or the no hidden fee law. And it's something California recently passed. It's going to go into effect this summer. I want to break it down for you and let you know what effect it's going to have on the cruise industry going forward. Stick around. We'll go through this together. Okay, so let's take a look and see how this law is going to affect cruising. As I mentioned, this is the honest pricing law, or as I call it, the no hidden fee law. Basically, it says that it prohibits all business from advertising a price without including all required fees and charges. Okay, and it says basically California is saying the price you see is the price you're going to pay. Now, first of all, I'm going to say this. I'm not a big fan of government reaching in and dictating to businesses how to run their business. In this case, I hate to say it, I kind of like this. I do like the transparency of it. Being a travel agent myself, I mostly in the last 2 or 3 years I've been doing this, I've been booking cruises for my friends and family. And anytime somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, Jeff, can you find me a week-long cruise out of Florida, and here's my budget to work with." I like to let them know that, hey, besides the price of the cruise, here are some of the other things you want to consider. You're going to have to pay gratuities. If you want a drink package, if you want an internet package, anything like that. So in a way, I kind of like the transparency of this. It really does help with people, especially when they're budgeting. How much can I afford, to do, or on what type of cruise can I afford to go on? So, and I think I mentioned this wasn't specifically geared toward the cruise industry, but of course it is having an effect on them. One area that I heard that is going to be quite affected by this are concerts. And anytime you buy tickets, there's a convenience fee, and then there's a service charge and all this, and it just adds more and more to the price of whatever you're buying, if it's a concert, a cruise, anything like that. So, and one qualifier here, this is only for cruise lines that operate out of California. So it's not for a California citizen that goes on a cruise out of Seattle or Galveston or Miami, something like that. That's not it. It's only for the cruise lines that operate out of California. And we'll get into that a little bit more in just a second. So, and here's what I would say is, if you've ever looked at the pricing on a cruise, you might go on their website, whoever the cruise line is, take a look, and it says it's $1,000 per person. Okay, so they're quoting per person, but that's always going to be counting on a room for 2 people. So, but there's usually going to be a little asterisk next to that. And when you drill down into the pricing, that's going to show you that, hey, besides that $1,000 per person, there is another $150 between taxes and port fees. And taxes are taxes, we all know that. Port fees are what each port that the cruise is going to stop at, that city, town, country, whatever, it's how much they are going to charge the cruise line per passenger. Okay. And so it's always a little bit different, even if it's the same ship going there all the time. And it doesn't matter if you get off the ship. If you go there, you sail there, you never get off the ship, the cruise line is still charged for going there with you as a paying passenger. So just keep that in mind. And one thing I did want to mention, a lot of people think gratuities are required, and they're not really technically required on a cruise, because if you have a bad experience, you can go down to guest services and say, hey, I know I'm charged this. I don't feel like it's worth it. I don't feel like you earned that or your staff earned that. And you can get that reduced or waived or something like that. So that's why gratuities that seem required are not really included in this. Neither are drink packages, internet package, anything like that. So where it's going to get interesting is that Royal Caribbean and Carnival, and they're kind of the two big boys on the block here, they've already announced that starting July 1st, when this goes into effect, they are not only going to update their pricing for cruises out of California, they're going to make a change on their pricing for cruises anywhere in the US. And they said this is for a transparency clarification process, instead of a California cruise being priced one way and a cruise out of Florida being priced another way, which is just going to get confusing. This is going to clarify that quite a bit. So, and keep in mind when I say Royal Caribbean and Carnival, this is for any cruise line in their brand. So besides Royal Caribbean, you have Celebrity Cruises, and then you also have Silversea. Now, Silversea is their luxury brand. They've already included these prices in there, so they have no change to report. Carnival Corporation is going to be Carnival. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Princess, Holland America, Cunard, and then also Seabourn, which, just like Silversea, is their kind of luxury cruise brand that has already been including these prices as well. Disney, for one of the bigger ones out there, they've always included these, so they have no change to report, whether it's in California or outside California. They're good to go. NCL, Norwegian Cruise Line, they do sail out of California, but they haven't commented yet if they're going to affect their pricing just for California and then have different pricing for the other parts of the country. So if you hear something on that, put it in the comments down below. I'm kind of watching everything, but I am kind of curious on how that one's going to play out. Now, the other two here that I think are going to be interesting to watch are going to be MSC and also Virgin Voyages. Okay. And the reason I say that is neither of them operate any cruises out of California currently. Okay, so maybe they have plans in the future, but none of them have any plans right now to do that. So they have no really need to update their pricing structure. They can keep it the way it is with a little asterisk, and not to say they're hidden fees, but not openly disclosed until you kind of really drill down into the pricing. So again, that's going to be one I'm going to be watching to see if they make an announcement. This bill or this law has about 5 weeks before it goes into effect. As I mentioned, it's July 1st. And that's when all of these cruise lines are going to update their pricing. So literally at the end of June, you could check a price, and the very next day, July 1st, you could check it again, and it's going to look like the price went up, but in a sense, it really didn't. It's just now those somewhat, I hate to say hidden fees, but some of those lightly advertised fees are now included in the price. So it's going to appear at least a little bit like the price did go up. So, and so I want your comments on this. Let me know what you think of it. Like I said, I do like it for the transparency factor of it. I think it's something good. I actually would like more cruise lines, not just to do this, but maybe even include gratuities in the price for their staff. Maybe not a drink package. Not everybody does that or want the internet or something like that. Gratuities, I think, would be the other thing that if they could voluntarily just go ahead and add them into the cruise price going forward, that would be helpful too. So let me know your thoughts on this. And again, thanks for coming to my channel, watching the video, and please remember to subscribe. Thank you for checking out my video, and remember, if you're looking for a cruise, contact me and I'll find the perfect cruise vacation for you.